If you're still from hard
Chat. It's all coming together. Ladies and gentlemen, dearly beloved, it's all coming together. We got another fun stream for you today. Welcome in. We are hunting unknowns for 3 hours, and then I have to go to work. So we're gonna take the full advantage of that time that we have. I'm gonna get an unrecorded and unpaid for hydrate in real quick. And we're gonna get into hunting. It's gonna be a quick one. I think we're gonna do like 2,000 encounters, and that's probably gonna be it. But I wasn't able to stream yesterday, and I wasn't able to stream Saturday. Did I stream Saturday? No, I didn't stream at all Saturday. So we're kind of playing catch up here. So therefore, we will get straight into it, and I need to plug in my camera. There we go. Right. Framing looks good. And let's just pull the games a little closer for the sake of my neck. And I think those will hold. Alright. Also watch the stars will like kind of line up here. They didn't do it as well this time, but... Alright. Let's get into the hunt. So we left off on... Oh. I got a stud finder. Oh. Looks like it's you. Sorry. I was putting up a... The reason why we started late today was because I got distracted by putting up a mirror in our house. And I was like, yeah, I got 12 minutes before stream starts, so we'll get a... Let's just put that up, and then it was 1:06 by the time I was done putting it up. So now we're here. Is that a stud finder in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I am happy to see y'all. I'm looking forward to catching some unknowns, folks. We left off on. We got 3 systems hunting for the exclamation point and the question mark. We got 1, the soul silver, this one here. That is hunting for every letter, 21 letters. And then we are in the Scoofib chamber on both Game Boys. That is what we got going on. Also, we have a fun new little emote in chat. Stax has already demonstrated it. It is the rotating Q emote. I wanted to get this made in time for this point in the hunt, where we are now essentially hunting for basically the letter Q. If we get the letter Q, that'll determine the pace of this hunt. So I wanted to get that emote made for when we finally find this letter Q, and then everybody's gonna go crazy and spam it in chat. That's my vision. That is what I'm envisioning for this emote. No, I kind of had just this spur of the moment passion to make it. And I am excited. I'm excited for y'all to use it. Because I first had to locate like a shiny Q unknown somewhere on the internet. And then the one that I found was pretty good, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for, so I had to make a few edits to it. And then I essentially had to animate it in Photoshop, where I had to essentially like rotate it properly so that I got all these different angles of the Q rotating, so it almost kind of looks like a clock, which I think is really cool. So I have like a newfound appreciation for the Q emote after working on it. And then I had to take all these different angles of the Q and put them in order into... It's like a little over a second, the GIF is. And it's just a little bit over a second worth of like... It's like 16 frames. So I'm glad it turned out as well as it did. And the initial form was just... The initial form was just it rotating. It wasn't like changing sizes or anything. So then I went in and like changed the sizes of a couple of the frames to make it look like it's popping in and out. And I'm really happy with it now. It's exactly kind of how I envisioned it to look. So I think the only thing I would change is maybe brighten the blue a little bit to make it stand out a bit more on the black background. But aside from that, I'm happy with it. I don't think I would change anything. And we have a wild Surskit. Oh, I didn't even test any of my encounters. They just started working. Perfect. Yeah, folks. So 2,000 encounters is the aim. Which means it's probably going to be like 2,100, which means we're going to be at 3,000 encounters on this phase. So that is what we are aiming for. If we can get a shiny today, that would be awesome. But again, this is just to give us extra looks throughout the week. I know I'm kind of tight on time here today, but I just wanted to get something quick in today. Oh, and I should probably have my dual chat open so that I can see both chats. Because I don't want to miss any YouTube folks. I don't want to miss a thing. Update for folks who are concerned about the Midwest Pokemon League. I had my battle last night off stream. That was the best time for us to both battle, and I was not streaming currently, so therefore we did not try to stream. I had the battle. We won 2-0 over the Minnesota Jinx. It was a really good battle. Tommy built an excellent team. He actually built a super cool physical Blastoise, which when he sent it in, I'm like, cool, I'm going to send in my Assault Vest Belly Bolt to eat whatever he tries to hit it with, and then I'm just going to hit it back with a Parabolic Charge and kill it. And then I switched it in, and he clicked Wave Crash. A Blastoise clicking Wave Crash is the scariest thing I have ever seen. So I was thrown by that, and the fact that he could do that raises my appreciation for Blastoise as a Pokemon, that you can either run physical or special like that, especially if you're running the Shell Smash set. Thankfully, I was able to, I think I got a Toxic off on it before I switched out, so I was able to kind of whittle it down before it became too much of a threat in the battle. But yeah, that was a fun match. We had another fun little speed tie. I EV'd my Mudsdale to be a couple points faster in speed than his Iron Hands. And when those two met in the battle, the Iron Hands went first in the first interaction and clicked Ice Punch. Didn't kill me. And then I just got a high horsepower off to get like 2-hit range. And I'm like, damn, he actually just put like a ton of speed in his Iron Hands. Cool, I'm just gonna give up the Mudsdale and then kill it with something else. And then he I go to click high horsepower and I'm faster. And I'm like, okay, well if he was faster last turn and I was faster this turn, that means we had another speed tie. So I put 128 EVs in my Mudsdale to put it at 138 speed. And he put 8 EVs into his Iron Hands' speed to put it at 138. Because he was like, alright, well, if he tries to outspeed me anywhere, I'm just going to put these extra EVs into speed. And I'm like, alright, well, I'm putting 128 in defense, and I'm putting 128 in speed. And we're just going to call it even there. I think I initially had it at like 124. But I'm like, oh, I have the extra 4 here. I'm just going to put it into speed just as insurance. And that insurance paid off by getting the correct speed tie. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So we had one in the previous round against the Weird Ear, and we won another speed tie off of the definition of speed creep and won the match. Because knocking out the Iron Hands was huge. It forced that out of the game, which I was relieved by, because Iron Hands is just a menace to deal with. And then Mudsdale ended up hanging around for a little bit longer because he brought something in. He brought in, oh god, what did he bring in? He brought in something. And then, oh no, he went to the Blastoise. I got the Toxic off, and then, I went to the Belly Bolt, and then that's when that interaction happened. But I don't know. By the half end of the battle, he even had like a Scarf Magmortar, and I think I just had removed too many of his pieces that by the end, Iron Moth and Scarf Zapdos Galarian were enough to win the match. So, super fun match though. Depending on who I end up playing in this next round, it's either going to be my next door neighbor, roommate, or it's going to be the coach of the Hartford Wailords, Tyler, who is basically running the... I would call this the stall team, this split. He's running Corviknight, Grimmsnarl, and Hisui and Gudra on his team. And he's been rocking with this Basculin, like an NU level Basculin all season. And that thing has just been cleaning up for him. So I've started building for Tyler in anticipation, because that's just the harder matchup that I need to prep for. And I like what I've built so far. I think I've got some really good heat that could maybe pull off a win, but I know he's a super prepared battler, so I don't know how well that will end up going, but I'm excited for that match. That's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be the semifinals, and then if we win that, then we go into the championship, and that'll either be a rematch with the Sleeping Snorlax, which is Colby, which is Tyler's brother, or it's going to be up against B Tickle, who's typically in chat. So it's whoever wins that match if we end up winning the semifinal round. Yeah, should be exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to it. The deadline for this week doesn't even end until Tuesday, so we could get a batch maybe tonight. We could get a match tomorrow night. Could be the night, or yeah, tomorrow night I think is the most likely, but I don't know. We'll see. Are my ads not on?
Also live on stage is Queen Key and Boston Richie. Get your tickets now at GorillaOfficial.com and all Ticketmaster locations.
Oh, weird. Wow, YouTube really is just cracking down on all the ad blocks. Hang on, I'm actually going to look this up. I think this is crazy that YouTube is actually finding a way to disable my ad block. I have to have uBlock origin. Okay, let's do that. Oh, it says I already have it, but I don't see it on here. Alright, cool. It is good now, I think. Because here's the thing. Use Pi Adblock. That one is the only one that works on YouTube. Pi Adblock. Alright, if uBlock does not continue working, then I will use that. But that's why I've been using Firefox to run my YouTube playlists recently. Oh yeah, I'm sure there are multiple ones that work. I definitely believe that one probably works. I just had uBlock origin disabled for some reason, so. But yeah, YouTube has been running way more ads lately, and if it knows that you don't have any ad blocks on, it's gonna show you full minute ads with no breaks. And I think YouTube is terrible for that. Yeah, I just have premium now. I was using it for a little while. Here's the thing. Premium is probably great. One of my roommates currently uses it. They're like, life is just easier by having premium, especially because that's what he uses for his music. I think that, and this is just my personal belief, I'm not going to judge anybody for making the choices that they want, but I think opting to pay the company who is trying to shove ads down your throat to not get ads, I just don't believe in that. And I'm probably a hypocrite in some other category, but I think I'm just going to refuse to do that because I don't want to give YouTube that money. If there is an option to just block the ads that they're trying to force into my skull and into this stream, I am not going to pay for them to stop doing that. And that's the thing, YouTube Premium probably would be just a good thing to have for me. That way, That way, because like with the amount that I use YouTube, it probably makes sense for me to do something like that. But I don't know. I'm stubborn about it. But I got my YouTube Premium for free. I got it with Discord Nitro, but yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. That's a great setup then. Who do I know that has Nitro? Somebody I know has Nitro. They were actually running a deal on Twitch where it was something where if you got Nitro, you got something else free on Twitch. I can't remember what it was. Lancet, welcome in. We're just bitching and moaning about YouTube ads. Because I had the playlist going, and then midway through, I just got this random ad that came into my lo-fi radio. And I was just so annoyed by that I had to like make sure that my ad block was turned on. But the ad block that I initially had got automatically disabled by YouTube. Like they saw that I had the ad block and they're like, "Nope, you're gonna turn that off." And then they turned it off. So I had to find one that does not automatically get turned off by YouTube. I did not for the life of me understand you on Discord yesterday. What do you mean? Yeah, like getting the shinies like electric. Suit like ecstatic. Super fun. I don't know. Like it that's kind of what I say instead of saying awesome. Yeah, okay. I see how you're misinterpreting that now. Cuz it is like a yellow color. Got it. Yeah, okay. I see where you're confused now on that. I was like, "Electric. Nice work." You're like, "That's not electric. That's just the base form. That's just the shiny." But yeah, congrats on getting that. Was that in BDSP then? Excelsior. Yeah, I would say that's probably the closest comparison to it. Well, I mean, you can find a shiny Arceus. It's just not legit in the games. Yeah, because with the event, if you have the Azure Flute, can the Azure Flute Arceus be shiny? Like, if I just use the Azure Flute in my Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum, can that be shiny? Because I know that item was never officially introduced, so that's why I guess it's not officially... Yeah, it's not an official thing. So therefore, any shiny Arceus you get is unofficial. Yeah, I had a friend who put an action replay or like did something on my original copy of Diamond where he said, "Hey, close your eyes." And I like closed my eyes and then he gave me back my DS and he's like, "All right, yeah, you got some like new items to use on there." And me being what, 10 years old was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was able to get the Arceus event, and there was just this magic stairwell that was available on the Spear Pillar, so... I did not shiny hunt it. I had no concept for what a shiny was at that point, but... I'm surprised you figured out how it worked. I got it from my action replay back in the day, and I was like, what's this for? I'm pretty sure my cousin told me go to Spear Pillar. I'm like, okay. He also gave me the ticket to get he gave me the ticket to find Darkrai, so the New Moon Island. New Moon or Full Moon? New Moon Island, I think. So he gave me the thing to do that. And then he also just gave me a level 70 Darkrai that knew Roar of Time and Spatial Ren. And he's like, what other move should it know? We'll just teach it Ice Beam too. And he just gave me that. Wish I had that ticket. I missed that mystery gift in BDSP. Oh, can you no longer do that? Damn, that's unfortunate. Hey, I guess I'm just gonna miss out on those events then. I'm sure there's a way to get them. Hacking a Switch is harder than a DS. Whatever. It's not like I planned on playing BDSP too far. I was just gonna play BDSP for the Ruben Master stuff, but... oh well. Pull the chair just a little closer. This is something that I have not mentioned on stream, but this hat that I'm wearing is the same hat that I've worn when we've gotten our last 3 shinies. So I am continuing to wear it, even though we haven't gotten a shiny every stream I've worn it. I am going to continue wearing it for the foreseeable future until I forget to wear it and find a shiny, and then I'm like, oh, maybe it's not good enough. That Roamer crest almost has all the ribbons, just need master rank. Ah, very good. Speaking of nearly done, almost done with the unknowns, what's next? What's next is probably just finding a regular schedule to stream. I think, here's the thing, if we finish this before the summer, I think there's a good chance I take a majority of the summer off. Like, we're just going to go down to like 1 stream a week throughout the summer. Just for the sake of my schedule, honestly. I don't know if I have the time to stream as often as I am. That's why I'm trying to do this push here at the end. So if we end up finishing it before the summer starts, that would be amazing. But we just don't know how long it's going to take to find the queue. Like, all the other phases, like, it's only a matter of time until we find the symbols. We find the punctuation marks, and it's only a matter of time until we find Y and G. But the queue, I have no scope for how long that's going to take. It could show up today. It could show up in 2026. I have no idea how long it's going to take. So that's why I'm trying to do at least 100,000 encounters before the summer starts. So by end of April is when I'm hoping to, by the time I'm hoping to hit like 350,000 encounters. which means I have to do 15,000 encounters per week in order to stay on that pace, which can be done. I believe it can be done. And I'm taking a more focused approach on making sure that I'm meeting those numbers. Any day that I can possibly stream, any hour that I can possibly stream, I'm going to try to stream. There are obviously going to be constraints on how to do that, and like when I can't do it, just with different shifts and just kind of making sure that like my mental health is still good enough to continue doing this hunt. But the plan is to do 15K a week, and I think we can do that. But after the unknowns, and it depends when we finish the unknowns, honestly, because if we finish them before the summer starts, I'm going to take the summer to kind of chill and just do some fun stuff like Roamer Week, Safari Week coming up in mid-June. So I'm planning to have, even if we don't do any Roamer stuff, or if we don't do any unknown stuff during the summer, I at least want to dedicate the week to doing Safari Week. So that is what I'm focusing on. It's going to require me to get one more GameCube, which I'm currently looking for in the Facebook Marketplace. Aside from that, here's the thing. Once I am back on a regular schedule, which is typically around the fall, is when I'm able to do 3 streams a week again. I want to have one day dedicated to doing roamers. I want one day dedicated to anything involving Legends Arceus. And then I want one day a week focused on ribbons. So that is what I'm hoping to be able to do for the remainder of this hunt. I don't know what those days are going to be, and hopefully by the time we get to the fall again, I will have a set stream schedule where, like, oh, you can always expect Thursdays. Thursdays are always going to be Legends Arceus. Mondays are always going to be Roaming Suicune. And Tuesdays are always going to be Ribbon Master Challenge. Like, that is what I'm hoping to reach eventually. But again, it's going to take getting through these unknowns to really know what that schedule is going to look like and how long it's going to take to finally reach that schedule. Sly Weasel, welcome in. Modding from work, modding from home, welcome in. Yes, that is the new emote, the Q emote, which when we hit the shiny Q, I want every subscriber in chat to be spamming that. That is my goal. Now we just gotta find more people to subscribe to the channel so that more people can spam the Q. Because here's the problem. I would love to make that a followers emote, but any animated emotes are not allowed to be used for followers. So I cannot use that one for followers. You have to be a subscriber in order to use it. That's like the one I would prefer. Like if I had the option to have one animated emote for followers, I would have it be that one. So convince your friends to subscribe so that when we get the shiny Q, they can spam that in chat. We've only got one game that's hunting for the Q right now. We're trying to get these punctuation marks out of the way. And I'm honestly interested to see which one shines first. 2 of our 3 last shinies have been on Diamond and Pearl. So I don't think we're going to get it on there. I think there's a really good chance we get it on Hard Gold because the drought on Hard Gold has been so long. But yeah, I'm excited for the future of the channel. I think I am going to take a break after the unknowns to kind of recuperate, get a massage, see a chiropractor, I don't know. And then we'll get back to a regular schedule not long from that. I'm currently in the market for I want to find one of those big like poster board checks. And I don't even want like the custom made it to be like custom made or anything. I want to like just take a blank piece of that poster board that is rectangle shaped and I can just make it myself. And I want to get it with the $2,191 or whatever it is that I would win from this challenge. And I just want to have that made so that I can have one Pandemon hand that to me when the challenge is done. I just think that would be so funny. Plus it'd be good for the video, which that's the other thing, is as soon as I'm done with this Unknown challenge, I have to immediately begin working on the video. Yeah, I think that's going to be the first project more than anything. So, like, if you see me not stream for a bit after the Unknowns, it's going to be resting my neck and then also working on the video. But, and I'm not saying that, like, we're guaranteed gonna finish this hunt before the summer. I'm just doing this to give it, like, an honest effort. Like, if I know I have this time and I have all this availability before the summer starts, I should just use all of this time to try to finish the hunt. So that's where I'm going to put my energy. That's not to say that if we don't finish it before the summer starts, it does not mean I'm not going to continue hunting throughout the summer, because I'm going to make an honest effort to continue hunting if we don't finish it, but you're going to only see probably like 1 or 2 streams a week at most. And if I'm just completely busy in a week, then I just don't think I can stream that week. That there. All right. Sorry, I had to check my phone real quick. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna try to do 2,100 encounters tonight or today. I have to leave for work. I want to be done with stream by 4, because I like to leave for work at 4:15. That just gives me enough time to get there, get settled, and I'm not like rushing in, trying to like eat beforehand, but... So yeah, if we plan to do 2,100 encounters today, that means we are going to go until 3,000, since we started at 900. Which means I really don't have time to take a break today either. So I am just gonna like rush through this and try to get as many as I can in. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to do like an extended break at any point. But that's why we're only doing a 3-hour stream. Three Ys on the screen, love that. interesting. This phase, getting a shiny on pretty much any screen would not change where I hunt anywhere. I think the only thing that would change anything is if we got the letter Q on Soul Silver, which is this middle right one. If we got the Q there, then we would just, like, unlock the rest of the chambers and hunt for the punctuation marks at that point. But aside from that, like, getting a Y, a G, or one of the punctuation marks would not change any of the chambers we're hunting in. So we need at least 2 phases before we do any changes to this setup. Which, that reminds me, I need to update the information on the About page, because the About page is out of date. God, it really has been so long since we've seen a shiny on Hard Gold. I'm interested to see how long that drought goes. Because although we have, like, a Game Boy Advance drought going, just on those systems alone, the Hard Gold drought is way longer than that. Let me actually take a look at where we are on that one. Alright, so the last Hard Gold shiny was phase 20, just 14 phases ago. We haven't gotten a Hard Gold shiny since last year. That's how long it's been. December 4th. That was... So we were at 182,042. We're currently at 258,000. So if we were at 252,000, that's roughly like 80,000. Let me just get an exact number. Minus 76,302 encounters since we've seen a shiny on Hard Gold. Which, if you do that system alone, on Hard Gold alone, we've done 12,600 encounters without seeing a shiny on it. Which is crazy. Oh, that's a bin. Get gone. Can't we all just get along? One sec, y'all. Alright, we passed the hour mark. Which means we have 2 hours to do 1,500 encounters, essentially. Which is very doable. Because we can do roughly 1,100 in an hour if we go super fast, which means we're gonna probably do like a little under 1,000 in an hour if we just go at regular pace. So that'll put us at 2,500, and then I just need like a half hour to hit 500. Put that there. Sorry. Midday stuff means I have to respond to texts. There's a cue. Ooh, the ghost word choreo. Oops. Here's 1800. God, it's felt so long since I've seen one on the Game Boys that I feel like I'm gonna miss a shiny on the Game Boy Advance cartridges. Because all of them have been happening on the DSs lately. Like the last 3 or 4 phases have all been on the DS. There was a stretch where I felt like I saw like 3, 4, maybe like 5 in a row that were all on GBA. I'm gonna check to confirm that YouTube is synced up. Okay, cool. So I feel like I get this sense of like, oh, everything's working fine, and then as soon as I think everything's working fine, then something stops working. Ooh. Oh. Stretch. Alright. Why haven't I found it yet? God, I don't know, Sly Weasel. They usually just show up in 18 encounters or something. What's this 1800 bullshit? Why can't it just show up when I want it to show up? I mean, here's the thing: if it showed up every time I wanted it to show up, it'd be showing up at the 6 encounter mark every time. I don't know. Spam some shiny unknowns in the chat. Maybe that'll encourage them to come out. I don't know. Nah, I mean, I'm honestly not prepared to see any shinies today. I just wanted to get these encounters in more than anything. Here's the thing: getting a shiny on stream, it's just kind of a nice surprise. I only really kind of get antsy on finding a shiny once we get past like the 8,000, 9,000 mark. That's when I'm like, alright, this is taking a little too long. But that's how the hunt works. Some phases are supposed to go that long. The only one that I was at peace with, the 18,984 phase, I was at peace with that one. I'm like, alright, we just got 2 shinies in the same day. I'm prepared for this one to go over 10,000 at least. And then once it got past like 16,000, I was like, okay, it's gonna go past this point now. I'm just planning on this one to be the record phase. This is gonna be the phase that takes the longest. And then it happened right before the 19,000 word. At this point in the hunt, especially with the numbers that we're putting in, I would like to see at least 1 shiny a week. If we're not seeing at least 1 shiny a week on 15,000 encounters, that's when I'm going to get antsy. But if I don't do 15,000 encounters in a week and I don't see a shiny, I can only blame myself. That's the approach that I'm having on the remainder of this hunt. Now I gotta be careful, because if I get a shiny super early in the week, then I'm gonna be like, well, I don't deserve a shiny for the rest of the week, so then what's the point of hunting? But, no, I still have to hit that 15,000 mark, because if we don't hit 15,000 in the week, then we're not gonna get the shiny next week, because we didn't put in the 15,000 the week before. Therefore, putting in the 15,000 the next week is not gonna get us anything. So, that's the struggle, chat. I'm also considering Sunday as the end of the week rather than the start of the week. And I'm just doing that because that's what my planner has it marked as. It has Sundays marked as part of the previous, or as the end of the week rather than the start of the week. So I'm just doing that. That's how I've been recording my numbers each week. We did 9,846 encounters last week, officially. And that, we didn't start streaming we didn't start that count until Tuesday. So we missed a Monday and a Sunday. Or no, just a Monday. We missed a Monday to add numbers to it, so... And then we also didn't do a Saturday or a Sunday, so we didn't get to add to it. So we basically missed 2 streams on that week, which is my bad, but like, I just need to up those numbers. Plus, I mean, this always happens when I get a shiny on, like, in the stream, and whatever number I planned on going for on that stream, whether it's like, I'm going to do 3,000, or I'm going to do 3,600, whenever I get a shiny, the number of encounters I actually end up doing on that day ends up becoming less. It's rare that I'll, like, set a number and stick to it if I get the shiny on that day. Because sometimes it'll be like, we'll be at the 2,400 mark, and I'll get the shiny, and I'll just end stream. Because I'm like, what's the point of doing 600 more encounters? But I'm going to try to be better at that. I'm going to try to be better at sticking to the number that I plan on doing. Because sometimes, like, because we don't find a shiny, we actually end up doing 3,600 or 3,900 or 4,200. Like, we end up doing way more encounters because we just never saw a shiny. Therefore, there was never, like, a half-hour to 45-minute break of just, like, updating the layout because we got a new shiny. And honestly, if we really wanted this hunt to end before the start of the summer, I just need to get one more letter D, and that would cover my wild card, which I would just use on Q. And then we wouldn't even need to find the Q, we would just be able to finish this hunt. But I'm not doing that, because I think we genuinely can finish this before. And since I have until 2027, there is really, like, no imminent danger of not being able to finish this. Because if we don't finish it this summer, I think we're going to finish it in the fall. If we don't finish it before summer, I think we're going to finish it in the fall, for sure. I don't really know what that schedule is going to look like, because the fall is still way too far out to know what I will be doing career-wise by that point, but... I mean, of all things, I think on this phase, especially this phase where, like, the odds of hitting a duplicate are so low that we will find a way to hit a duplicate on this phase. I just know it. Like, Soul Silver will probably shine with, like, some letter we already have. Or the Game Boys are gonna show me, like, a shiny F or something. And we're gonna be doing this phase all over again. which should have been the easiest phase to not get a duplicate for the remainder of the hunt. I'm just prepared for us to get a duplicate, and I'll just be like fine, but annoyed with it because it's gonna be like another week until we hit another shiny. I also need to mark my recent VODs with which shinies I got on which one. Alright, we got 1,000 more encounters to go. 1,000 more to go, and we basically did that in 30 minutes. So, we will probably be out of here by... Actually means I can afford a break somewhere in the middle, which will be nice. I think we can take a break at like 2,400 maybe. Actually, let's take the break at 2,100. And then I can go grab a soda. And then we can keep going. Honestly, we could just go past 33,000. We could just go to like 3,300 or something. That's also not a bad idea. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to take a break at 2,100. I'm going to run downstairs really quick, grab a dock of Peppa. And then I'm going to come back up here, and we're going to do the last however many encounters we end up doing before 4 p.m. Dogga Peppa. Last 6, and we're going to take a short break. I'm not even going to put JoJo up in the chat, simply because we're going to be so quick that it's like I'm not even going to be gone. Be right back, chat. Welcome in, Chopin. Put him on the board. Let me generate a number for you. I am letting you know now that these beeps may or may not show up. I am only streaming until 4 p.m. So, no guarantees on whether or not these actually happen. Alright, let me get... Oh, wait, it's not there. I can just look it up, can't I? Open... How are you doing, Chopin? Alright, your beeps are on the way. First day of no project after work, so I'm living. Rip to the legend! Exclamation fart. What can I say, man? What can I say? Sorry, we had to take a quick break because I needed some more dog up hubbo. But we've done 1,200 encounters so far today. We started at 900, we're at 2,100. And our goal is to get to at least 3,000, and I think we can do more after that. I think we have that dog in us today. So we're gonna see what we are capable of doing. Also, we have a new emote in chat. Stacks actually just demonstrated it. It is the Q emote. Give it a rip for yourself. I just wanted a Q emote to exist so that if we are able to get the Q emote or the shiny Q at any point, I want that to be spammed non-stop. I want it being blasted everywhere. If you check my Twitter, the full version of it is up there. I put like the full frame one of it on Twitter if you want to see my go live post today for that. Nice catch on the meow stick. Yeah, I don't know, Chopin, I don't know what you were here for. I don't know if you were here for the shiny J that we got. We got that on... Was that Friday's stream? Friday's stream is when we got the J. So we got a duplicate, which, like, we were due for one. I'm totally fine with that. And now, because we finished that phase, we actually set it up so that we are hunting for we're hunting for the punctuation marks on 3 of our games now. So we got that running. We also have one dedicated to just hunting letters. And then we also have Y and G running on the bottom. So we're trying to get those as well. This is the highest chance of not getting a duplicate we will have for the rest of the hunt. The odds of getting a non-duplicate are only going to get worse the further we go after this phase. The odds never improve. Because it's 100% on 3 screens. It's very likely we don't see one on Soul Silver. And it's a 70% chance on average between Leaf Green and Fire Red. So I'm looking forward to not getting a duplicate. But if we end up getting a duplicate, that will be sad. It'll actually just be funny, but it'll also be sad. But it means we're just due to get a non-duplicate after that. I'm still just so thankful we went like 14, the first 14 phases of this hunt, there were no duplicates. We didn't see our first duplicate until like the 14th phase. And that's just impressive in itself. I'm also so thankful we got the letter O done as literally the first phase of the hunt, because the letter O is a 1% encounter rate in this game, which is the same odds as getting the punctuation marks in those games. You've also had a couple of nasty phases at like 50 encounters, lol. Yeah, no, the 18 encounter one on the Shinier Bus stream, which was so funny. Of all the streams to have it happen on, it happened on the Shinier Bus stream. And then we followed that up the same day by getting 1100. It was like 1128, I think. And then we had an early 100 and we had an early 420. This is like before affiliate. This is back in like 2022. 2022 or 2021, I can't remember, but yeah, the good old days. Those are some fun hunts. I enjoyed those. Because with those streams, I had no scope for like what I thought the stream would look like. I was just like, well, I'm streaming it because that way the reactions are live, and I'll just save the recordings, and then that's it. But the community has been built here. Back before the beeps, the dark ages, they, in that sense, you can view them as the dark ages. However, I like to think of them as the good old days because I was like, oh, well, nobody's going to engage with my stream because nobody would follow this. So I'm just going to like have Discord up with my friends. They're going to be playing League of Legends while I hunt for unknowns and open Pokemon cards. And that was the stream back then. It was, you were getting like the full conversation of my friends playing League of Legends, and I was just in the background hunting unknowns. And I know I have some of those VODs saved, but not a lot of them got saved. They're all somewhere. I actually have some of the VODs saved on YouTube, but they're unlisted at the moment. It just used to be a pain in the ass to upload VODs. That's why I was like, I'm not even going to put in the effort to do these. And then that's when I started doing the dual streams, and I'm like, okay, well, YouTube literally just automatically does it for me now, so don't need to worry about that. So now every VOD from like, what, stream 140 and onward is going to be saved. And then all of the VODs of the shinies are saved as well. So that way I have some B footage for the video. Early days of a stream are always just your buddies, though. Actually, crazy to me that you've been streaming for this long. It's been a ride. Well, I'm trying to remember when you joined. I think you joined around the point when I was doing the It was when I was doing the Coliseum RNG manipulation. That's, I think, where you joined regularly. And then that's also when we got Lancet to join. Because he found me through the ribbons. Because the whole, like, point of the Coliseum thing was that it was the Ribbon Master Challenge. So that's when he found the channel. Poke Wars. I don't know if you guys remember Poke Wars. Poke Wars was like also a streamer at the time and like regularly tuning in. Right around Coliseum, yeah. And that's when, I don't know, it took me to not hunt unknowns to find regulars that watch the channel regularly. And then that's when I was like, okay, now I actually am gaining followers, and this is where the channel can actually like grow as a community more than anything. Because I thought you were doing a playthrough, and I love that game. I mean, it basically was a playthrough. I was just doing like a bunch of wizard shit on top of that too. It was, yeah, let's play through the game. Oh, I want this as a shiny. Alright, time to do some wizard shit. Get the shiny, and then move on to the next one, where we continue doing wizard shit. We had to be a wizard 13 times, I think. The first one was for Entei, and I did not know what I was doing. I'm honestly shocked that I ever got that Entei. Yeah, the method I was using for the Entei was like super jank, and it somehow worked. Suicune was the one that I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do for this one. I feel like I'm doing everything correctly. That one actually ended up not taking that long. And then something was weird with all of the static encounters that were on that stairwell below the Suicune, where for whatever reason it was counting like an extra 4 frames extra. And my game, for whatever reason, was off. Or, like, whatever I was using to calculate it was off by 4. In addition to the 4 that I was already planning on it to be off of. So I had to go to the Discord for RNG manipulation. And, like, basically get an expert to confirm, like, hey, am I doing something wrong? Or does my game just have, like, 4 extra frames that it's not accounting for? And they were like, your game is weird. I don't know why it's doing this. Proceed with this method. And we ended up getting... That's how we got the Piloswine, the Sneasel, the Stantler. We didn't do the Gligar, and I regret not doing the Gligar. Because I thought the Gligar was going to be super hard. The Gligar was not difficult. I think we should have just done the Gligar, but we didn't. Or wait, did we do the Gligar? No, we didn't do the Gligar, because the Gligar had the weird thing where all the shadow frames were like right, or the shiny shadow frames were right next to each other. They was called shadow locked, or shiny. Shadow locked was the term that was being used, but it was basically instead of all the shiny frames being 8,000 away from each other, they basically put like 60 shiny frames all next to each other. And then it was like another 30,000 or whatever until another like set of frames would be shiny. Which actually made hunting and manipulating for them very easy. Which I didn't know. I just assumed, oh, this says Shadow Locked, so I'm not going to do it. And then that's how we got the Heracross later. And the Heracross was super easy. But yeah, we ended up getting like 13 candidates out of it. We're only going to proceed with 10. We did... Let me try to remember these all in order. It was... the Entei, the Suicune, because you do go right into the Suicune right after the Entei. The Piloswine, the Stantler, and the Sneasel. And then the next one after that was Raikou. And y'all remember Raikou. Raikou sucked. Raikou was the most difficult thing I've ever done. As far as, like, doing any sort of RNG manipulation, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Because not only was it just such a time sink, but, like, I was a frame off so many times. Like, we were getting near the end, and I'm like, I was once again just a frame off. That was, like, at least over a month of 2 to 3 streams a week doing that, and we were not able to get it. That's why getting it was just so electric. But after the Raikou, that's when we got to the Relgam Tower. We were able to get... We did the Shadowlock Heracross, the Skarmory, and then it was the Miltank because it was the first one. Ooh, Wild Dragonair. We'll do a Great Ball. Yeah, it was we did the Miltank because it was the first encounter in the Relgam Tower, and then you have to battle all the other ones in a row after that, and I didn't have the right Wii to do that. I needed like a European or a Japanese Wii in order to hunt for the ones in the middle, so I ended up not doing those. Which means we also couldn't get the Metagross because the Metagross was part of like that challenge, if I'm not mistaken. Which means we could only get the Tyranitar. So then we got the Tyranitar, and then that was our 13, so it was... Oh, and then we did the... What's the other ones? I don't think we did the Smeargle. I think it was literally just the Croconaw and the Quilava. Croconaw and Quilava were the only ones we did after that, I'm pretty sure. I think I would have done the Togetic, but the Togetic was too difficult for whatever reason, so we didn't do that one. Maybe we did do the Togetic. I can't remember now. All I know is that it ended up being 13 shiny Pokemon, and we're only going to use 10 of them to turn into Ribbon Masters. But yeah, Coliseum was super fun. And here's the fun thing. Once we get back into the Ribbon Master Challenge, one of the ribbons we have to do is playing through Mount Battle. So that means we're going to get a chance to actually, like, do that. We're going to get a chance to go back to Coliseum and play through Mount Battle with our team. Which we aren't going to be able to do until after... after we complete the Battle Tower in Emerald. We have to do that first. But then after that, we can go to Mount Battle, and we can just get everything up to level 100, essentially. But yeah, as long as I use the same 6 for the entire playthrough of Mount Battle, they will all get the Mount Battle ribbon. So that I don't know if we're gonna do that in one day, but that'll be like a couple streams, two or three streams to do all of the Mount Battles. Oh, and we're gonna have to do the contest too. I forgot about those. We could probably stream the contests. I gotta learn how Pokeblocks work first. Because I've watched the full video on how Pokeblocks work. But I still need to learn how they work. Again. I have to relearn how they work. Yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in today. This is, like I said, this is just kind of a quick stream today. It's really just for the sake of getting progress in on a day where I don't really have a lot of time to do a full stream, but happy to get this one in, and who knows, maybe we'll end up getting shiny out of it here at the end. We only need 600 more encounters to reach our goal, which is to get 2,100 encounters in to meet 3,000. So we're gonna go until at least that point. However, I think we have the time and the means to do like 300 more on top of that, so we'll go until 3,300. Which means we will have done 2,400 on the night, on the afternoon. So that's what we are going to strive for. And then it's going to be 4 p.m. and then I'm going to have to go to work. And depending on the size of chat, we may or may not rate somebody. Just because we're at that like prime time where a lot of people like to start their streams. Because this is like, by the time we're wrapping up, I am like starting to get my computer turned on, and I'm like wrapping up a meal, and I'm just kind of getting everything set up at this point. But I know some people start streams before me at like 4 or 5, where I'm usually like a 6 p.m. start. For this week though, because we're going to be streaming tomorrow, the plan tomorrow is to stream. I'm planning on starting at 5 p.m. tomorrow. That gives me time to do a bunch of errands in the morning, maybe get some projects done, some side projects done. And then by the time like 4 p.m. hits, that's when I'll start to get set up for stream. So I'm looking forward to that. Stacks, thank you for the hydrate. Ooh, Q-sided. Ooh, a wild Camerupt. Does that qualify as a heavy Pokemon? Maybe I can throw a heavy ball at that. Pokecatch heavy ball. It's heavy. It's like a whole volcano. It's like 2 volcanoes on a cow. Of course it's heavy. If I don't catch it, it just wasn't heavy enough. That's my opinion. Nice. Okay. Camera was heavy enough. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I feel like I made a bigger deal about Pi Day than St. Patty's Day, but yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all who celebrate. It's weird that it's on a Monday. It just feels like a very like weekend-esque holiday. So for it to be like on a Monday just feels really lame. Now, I think Monday isn't the worst day. It could be on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then that's where it's like, middle of the week, I don't know. I think what people do is because it's on a Monday, they actually just take off the Monday and then they have a full weekend. They extend their weekend by a day so that they either go out Saturday and Sunday and then use Monday to recover, or they just go out Monday because they have the day off, and then that's when all the like the daytime festivals are going on. But yeah, I worked St. Patrick's Day weekend last year. I worked at a bar that Saturday, and I don't know, maybe it was just the bar that I worked at, but like, we did not have that great of a turnout. And it's not like we were like a St. Patty's themed place either, so like people were going to all the other bars except for that place. So I don't know, the current place that I work, the current bar that I work at, I'm interested to see like how busy they are on that day. So I might need to see who's scheduled today so I can ask them like, hey, was it like busy at all, or like what happened that day? But yeah, I think canonically I am like 15 or 12% Irish. That is the one I knew, the pie chart that I saw growing up was that I was 15%, and then I think like we did the math later and it's actually like 12.5%. But 12.5% Irish. Therefore, you may now kiss me. I am indeed Irish. It's a fun holiday. I definitely prefer when it's actually on a weekend and not like, I don't know, middle of the week's just so lame. Gives you an excuse to drink during the middle of the week, but like, damn. Squabble. 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 Q sighted. Yeah, on a Monday is lame. And like I said, like, there is a slight advantage to it being a Monday, which is you just get a long weekend if you take that day off. But again, it's just... And I feel like... I think the way the schedule works out is that it's going to be during the week for like the next 5 years or so. And that's going to suck. Because by the time it's on a weekend again, I'll be in my 30s and I will not have the stamina to be able to go out drinking on a weekend for St. Patrick's Day. I just won't have that dog in me. Unless I'm thinking of the calendar wrong, in which it's actually going to be on a Sunday. I can't remember which direction it goes. Hang on, I have a calendar in front of me. Let me look at this. Alright, so St. Patrick's Day is on a Monday in 2025. And then if we go all the way into 2026, we see, yep, it's on a Tuesday. And then 2027 is on a Wednesday. And 2028 skips the Thursday and goes to Friday. So, alright, here we go. So, 2028 is when we will have the next weekend St. Patrick's Day. That's terrible. That's so unfortunate. But hey, 2028. 2028, I'll be 30 then. Or no, I'll be 29. 29? I'll be 29 for the 2028 St. Patrick's Day. It'll be my last St. Patrick's Day in my 20s. Oh, we're at the 2,700 mark. So we got like 300 to go until we hit our goal. Which is 3,000. And then we're going to try to do another 300 after that? Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to have time for that. We'll see what we can do. Because it takes roughly like 15 minutes. 16 minutes, 16:30 to get 300. So I'm actually ahead of pace at the moment with it being 327. I think we're going to hit 3,300 right at the 4 p.m. mark. That's where we're at right now. Which is perfect. That's exactly how I wanted it set up. That's how I drew it up, chat. And we'll get the shiny right as I need to leave. And it's going to make me late for work. Exactly how we drew it up. Oh, I just need to go a little faster here. I gotta go at power hour speed now. Yes, get your shiny rolls in. Lancer rolled the 4725. It's probably the... Actually, no, you'll get one... If you get your shiny roll in now, you'll get one more shiny roll right at the end of stream. Where the shiny Y be at? I don't know, man. I want it to show up. I honestly think we're going to hit the G first. I know the Y has the best odds of anything other than the punctuation marks at the moment. But the Game Boys are taking their time. They're taking their time with this phase. True, I do need to spell shiny. That's the last letter I need to spell it. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but for the thumbnail that I use on YouTube, because I don't know who sees the YouTube, but the thumbnail I use for that, I used 5 unknown letters on it, and it spells Ligma. And it's like, people are never going to look that close at it if they don't know like what all the unknown symbols are, because the G, if you don't know what the G looks like, you don't know what that spells. So I think it's just funny. It's dumb. It's funny. I like it. Which I can't even spell Ligma yet because I don't have the G. Yeah, it's funny, these daytime Monday streams have always been like super successful, because I did like daytime streams on other days this week, and I don't know, I just feel like the viewer count was not as high as it is today on any of the other days, so maybe people just like watching a daytime stream on Monday. Maybe that's something I have to take into consideration when I decide when to do my streams. Because, I don't know, I feel like if I calculated all of my daytime streams, and probably even my daytime Mondays versus my nighttime Mondays, I feel like it's a surprising amount of people that are in here on a Monday afternoon. Q-sided. Another Q sighted. So I'm saying, like, I don't know if I'm just noticing it more, but I notice every time there's a Q on my screen. And it feels like they appear very often, but I have no way to measure that. They probably just appear a regular amount of time. But for them to only be appearing on one of my 6 screens at the moment, unbelievable. We're gonna be just below the 260,000 mark, I think, before we wrap up. Actually, no, we will. I think we'll be right above 260,000 by the time we're done today. Three Ys on the screen. It's happened once today. Q sighted. See, that's like 3 Qs in the last 5 or 6 encounters. I'm telling you, they appear way more often than the other letters. Maybe the non-shiny ones are just teasing me. They're like, yeah, we're not going to show you the shiny one. Are you crazy? We don't want this hunt to end. I think I am going to take a really long break from Unown. Oh! Chopin, we've located your beeps, and there's another Q on the screen. Unbelievable. Chopin, we've located your beeps. Let me get those added. Pick them up on your way out of chat this afternoon. That was 2,983 seconds on those beeps. Chopin, we have located your beeps. Please pick them up on your way out this afternoon, sir. It would be so unfortunate if you missed your beeps. Yeah, we will hit 260,000 today. Yeah, we are going to finish this up right at the 4 p.m. mark. The math is mathing right now. officially hit 3,000 here. Now we're gonna do 300 more, which we should be able to do in like 16 minutes, which means we're gonna be wrapping up right around like 4:01, 4:02 p.m. Which is plenty of time. Like that, I have plenty of time to be like cleaned up and out the door by like 4:15. Or we just find a shiny now, and then that gives me enough time to like react to it, catch it, catalog it, and then leave for work. If we get it any time after like right around now, that'll be fun. That'll be very interesting. Means I'm probably gonna be late for work. This means we're probably not going to raid anybody, which I hate to not do that with the amount of people that we have in here, but I just don't think I have time to do that. I have to like say goodbye, sign off, and then turn off all the games, get some of them charging, make sure that the VOD saves properly, and then by the time I do that, it's going to be like 4:05, and that's going to give me 10 minutes to get out the door. And it'll also be rush hour too. So, on top of that, probably gonna be late anyways. Oh. Q. we're now in the range of, like, if I do get the shiny now, it's gonna be very interesting attempting to end stream and get to work on time. That is the area we are now in. But we're gonna do them because even if it means I'm late for work, it means we found a shiny. About 200 more to go. See, like, that's the first W that I've seen in a really long time. But I've seen, like, 6 or 7 Qs before I saw a W. We are coming up on 260,000 encounters. Yeah, it'll be like a 401 or 402 finish, I think. And not on 260,000. But another milestone, I guess. Next one will be at 275, probably. Q sighted. All right, we are on our last 100 encounters of the the afternoon. So I just want to take these last 100 encounters to say thank you for tuning in. It's rare that we find one in the last 100 encounters. It's only happened twice, which is more than I ever expected it to occur. But I appreciate everybody tuning in this afternoon. This has been a good progress stream. It's going to help us reach that goal of 15K per week. 15K encounters per week. We will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m. start is the aim. I will communicate if it's any different. But a 5 p.m. start tomorrow. Means I gotta eat. I either gotta eat an early dinner or a late dinner. So we'll figure out what that ends up being. Oh, they're playing the saxophone song. We're gonna end with the saxophone song? That's electric. Away from this is where like this is the point in the phase that I do not want it to shine. This would be like the worst spot for it to shine right now. But it'd be super exciting. This would be a very exciting shiny to get right at the end of stream, but I kind of just don't want it to shine right now. I'm probably willing away the shiny that actually would have happened, but oh well, oh well. Excuse me. Q-sighted. God, imagine if the shiny Q happened right now. I actually wouldn't know what to do. I would have to call in and be like, guys, I'm gonna be late. There's no getting around it. I'm gonna be late. Yeah, folks, get your last shiny rolls in. If you got yours in at the 3:30 mark, you should have a shiny roll available before I sign off. Two more sets of encounters here. Right at 4 p.m. here, we got question mark, punctuation, question mark, LGY, no shinies on stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We got a lot of progress done this afternoon. I will see you all tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're going to go back to the unknowns here. We're going to maybe get one on stream. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be fun. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.